We're going to have to see if this guy can replicate that. It's Rain, one of the strongest Protosses we have here at Pro League, a very strong record altogether. So far in 2014 is 3-4 and actually 0-2 versus Zerg.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best results in Pro League compared to some of his teammates. He hasn't been sent out as often either. He will be playing in a Code S group coming up tomorrow, in fact, the Protoss group. So keep in mind that he's going to be preparing a lot for Protoss versus Protoss while he also keeps in mind this PvZ. So he's got his attention a little bit split here. Solar has been called by foreign fans the Protoss killer because even though he's at a negative ratio right now, he's 4-1 against Protoss. He's 7-10 all-time. Very good ZVP player, but Rain seems to be on another level. He's very consistent, very slow-paced, late-game-oriented player. The map is Polarnight, so pretty good map for Protoss timings, but I don't think we're going to see any out of Rain because he's just not that type. This could be the final map here in this series. If Rain is able to take it, it's going to be a 3-0. Solar now the last hope for Samsung Galaxy to bring it into a fourth match. Can he do it? Let's find out right now at the SPL on Polarnight.
LTA는 SKT1.
Up here in the north, in the orange for SK Telecom, the Protoss player, it is Rain.
It is indeed, and to his opponent. We will go now to the bottom right for the pink Zerg, the Protoss killer, and Solar.
Yeah, and Solar was one of these players that when I first saw him here in Pro League, I was like, wow, this is one of the best Zerg players we have, and he was so strong. He played against a lot of Protosses. And then he started to play against a bunch of other races, didn't do quite as well, but he kept his rating against Protoss. He's still 4-1, and he's still a very solid Zerg. I wouldn't say that he's fallen off not too much. And I'm very excited to see if he can fight against the caliber of Protoss of Rain.
Rain is a player who is very predictable. We've talked about this a lot, but let's be honest, he's going to go into a Stargate play here after he does a safe expand. That's not too risky for the map. He's going to show his Phoenixes to the Overlord. He's going to harass a little bit, try to control the map. He won't lose any Phoenixes carelessly, and that's just how the opening is going to go. Looks like he's even going to go Forge first here, and this is going to force the pool first. If he sees an opportunity to cannon, because he's Rain, he probably won't even take it.
Yeah, it would just be, pretty exciting, to be honest, or pretty surprising, to be honest.
Wow, even Solar checking for procs. This is why Solar's so good in this matchup. He's like, it's Rain. He would never procs me, but just in case.
But he could. Because he never would, he might.
I wonder if he's actually going to go for cannons here.
Well, it's going to be hats first, so if this probe is not seen and he does see this hatchery, he definitely could go for it, but the probe is seen.
He's actually going to commit. He's going to get the triple wall off here. This is so un-Rain-like, and that's why I like it. Rain is a predictable player, but in this case, he's going to use that against his opponent. Plus a quick wall in a very nice spot here next to the geyser. Even though it was scouted, he's just like, no, it doesn't matter. I'm too quick for you. Could cancel that pile, and he does. And started a second cannon to pull off that wall, or fully wall off that. I don't know. That came out of my mouth weird, but he's going to have a tight wall here is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and he's going to have a cannon on the way here, and Solar's going to have to deal with this. It seems like he's sending his drone up to already take that third base. Seems like that's going to be the answer he goes for just for now. Already getting that third base down, as you guys see.
Yeah, and with that, he might just cancel the hatch. Something that Rain is starting to realize, I feel, as well. Just going to cancel one of his cannons here. Has to keep this cannon alive, of course, because the Zerg didn't cancel the hatch.
Just to force the cancel. And there it is. Drone gets away, does not die to the cannon. So Solar on top of things. And it seems like he's actually sending that drone towards the fourth base. Will he actually go for that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, there it is.
So Solar is kind of just avoiding the problem right now. And Rain actually hasn't scouted that there's a third base. He sees this. It's a bit too late for him to cannon that, of course, as the pool's already done. He's not going to be able to cancel the third to the north. He starts a second cannon here. And this is just going to make it a little bit more annoying for units to come out of the base. And Solar's like, there's a cannon protecting this.
I love how the cannon, like, right before it fires, it, like, lifts his hand, like, or its laser beam. It's like, are you going to do it?
Yeah, I actually
And then it
love
fires.
that. In StarCraft 2, we have these little animations, like the siege tank will turn its arc light cannon a little bit. And you see the spine crawler will also like adjust its little poker, whatever that's called.
It's giraffe head.
He has a little poker.
His little Jimmy.
Here's a little spiny. It's cool. I learned about it in kindergarten. Spine crawlers. Protosses don't have spine crawlers. Only Zergs are born with them.
Yeah. Every
Zerg player can make spine crawlers.
I was going to say every race is different, but well, I guess that just would not be true in some cases.
Mom, why does ST not have spine crawlers? That's because he is a really greedy Zerg and he didn't make a spawning pool. But later he will have a spine crawler. He just needs a little bit more time. Well, 4 drones on the way, 6 drones on the way. And this cannon commitment is like a little bit wonky. I'm not sure how much I really like it because it costs him so much, and the way it's positioned, Solar's just going to keep ignoring it. And he can even run his Zerglings around, I think, without taking too many losses. The idea here might be to protect the pylon so he can actually do a warping attack with sentries later on. He goes out without speed, so he does take a few losses there.
Yeah, just take at least 3 or 4. Looks like 4.
Yeah.
And those Zerglings are going to go over that 4th base and maybe go to the front of the base of Rain. We see Rain is following this up with the Stargate, not too unpredictable here. Probably going to want to get those Phoenixes out. What is he going to go for? Phoenix. There it is.
Yeah. He's doing the Rain build after he did something a little bit funky, but now he's taken a step back, looking at this, saying, oh, just keep playing like I always play. Robotics goes down, interestingly enough.
Yeah. It's funny, like, with any other Protoss, I could actually see them go for some kind of timing attack, even like a blink attack or, you know, some kind of +1 timing attack or something. But Rain is just like, no, I'll go for the Stargate. I mean, the bases are very, very wide apart. They're very spread out. So if you get enough Phoenixes in there, you take out 1 queen. The next queen to get over there is going to be a long while away. So it could be going for something like that.
Yeah. Phoenix is just floating around right now. Getting a little bit of damage done, but mostly scouting. Really trying to figure out what Rain's follow-up plan is here with the robotics. Any other time I'd see Rain, I'd say, well, he's probably just going to use that to take the 3rd base safely with Colossi. He's adding 3 gateways, though, and he's getting +1. I think he might make a Warp Prism here, do a sentry drop, and then use those cannons. Using Immortals could be pretty good as well, because the bases are not connected by creep, not even close. And with those cannons there, he can't even try to connect them. Like, he's got a tumor on the edge near the cannon, but it's not getting any closer to any of these bases. So he's basically cut the bases into 3 parts.
Yeah, that's one thing you could say, like, it delays the hatcheries of Solar, obviously this cannon rush. It also spreads out the bases very, very much. And looks like Rain here queuing up a bunch of gateways here. He's going to go for some attack, it seems.
This is actually
+1 on the way and a bunch of Immortals being queued up here as well.
The least Rain-like game we have ever seen.
Yeah, definitely, at least here in Pro League.
Yeah. He's going to kill an Overlord, it looks like. I think he should easily be able to commit to that. Maybe even get a second one if he's careful. Going to get drones instead, eliminating some of that gas mining and just killing the Harvesters straight out. With the Hydralisk coming up here, it's going to help him break out here. In fact, it looks like even with Roaches, he's going to try for it. Phoenix has come over to help guard the cannons, though. And wow, he's actually going to get all of these Roaches. Nicely done here.
Wow. He's actually going to just keep him lifted with a couple of those other Phoenixes going to be able to take him out. That cannon does go down, surprisingly enough. A Warp Prism is on the way. Seems like he wants to go for this attack. There have been no more probes being built after 44. Wow. And he's gonna go the long way.
He actually he sent the Overseer around, and he's not going to see this. He doesn't see the gates until it's too late. Like you said, he didn't see the army going around because he went the wrong way. I think his 3rd base is, or you call it his 2nd base. It's definitely not as natural, but this base is as good as dead right now. No units really over here. That one Hydralisk is like trying to be a hero. The rest of the Hydra's coming over right now. Good force fields trapping the drones and the Queen here. And now the Mothership Core joins. The Warp Prism is not far away. And this is the worst nightmare right now of Solar. Rain warping in 5 Stalkers and a Zealot. So many additional force fields available. Goodbye, Hydralisk. 1 goes down, 2 goes down. And beautiful force fields again. Even the drones in the fight here, fighting against Zealots, their worst enemy. And look at that. 4 Hydralisks isolated here by the Phoenixes. This is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like SKT is taking a 3-0. He's killing Hydralisk as they spawn because these bases are not connected by creep.
They're not connected, and with the War Prism here, Rain is just able to get continuous warpins here, and even the Hydra's being lifted up by Rain. Wow, Solar just has nothing left for this attack.
It looks like SKT, they put on their tryhard pants. They are not messing around.
Oh, no, they definitely are not.
That's going to be the end of this one. Right now, he's 40 supply up, killing the last of the Hydralisk. Stalker production is insane. Worker count actually almost equalized. It's just going to march up into the main base because into the third base, reinforcements are way too far away. The tech is in here. GG, Rain takes the game, changing up his style, tricking his opponent. Will take the team win 3-0 against Samsung. You know, I think a lot of people expected SKT to take this one, but not necessarily with a 3-0.
Yeah, I definitely did not expect the 3-0. And like you said, SKT putting on the tryhard pants. Every single one of their players today came out and played their best game and did incredible play here. Samsung, you know, not the best play today, definitely not. But you have to come out every single day, and SKT is going to take advantage of it if you do not, and they are going to take that 3-0. So they are going to jump up to +3 now in the ratings, going up to second place.
Yeah, Solar take another hit here. His second loss ever now against Protoss in Pro League. Did lose, of course, to Rain as well. Funny as it is in Code S, in the Code S group. That was how Rain advanced over him in the final match. Looking way back to that Code S group in the round of 32. But definitely a great play here by Rain. It gets the tempo advantage from the cannoning, but as a result is able to identify that his opponent's bases are way too thinly spread.